Kids, how did you get completely fooled from a gift? I was snooping in my mom's closet 2 weeks before Christmas. I know, but I found a receipt on her dresser that said, PlayStation 5 console bundle, $549.99. I literally screamed into my pillow. I'd been begging for a PS5 for over a year. I even made a pros and cons list and left it on the kitchen table. The pros list had like 15 things. The cons list just said, expensive. Because I'm honest. Christmas morning, I woke up at 5 a.m. There was this massive box under the tree with my name on it. Heavy. The right size. I was shaking while I opened it. I ripped off the wrapping paper and there it was. A PS5 box. I actually started crying. My little sister was laughing at me. I opened the box. Inside was a copy of Spider-Man 2. Just the game. No console. I just stared at it. My brain couldn't process what I was seeing. I kept looking back in the box. Like maybe the console was hidden under some tissue paper or something. Nothing. Just foam padding and this game case mocking me. My hands were literally trembling. My little sister stopped laughing. The room went completely silent. My dad was standing by the tree and he just looked down at the floor. That's when I knew something was really wrong. This wasn't a prank. This wasn't some weird wrapping mistake. I looked at my mom and her eyes were already watering. She was biting her lip the way she does when she's trying not to cry. I'd never seen her look at me like that on Christmas morning. It was like she was in pain watching me. I don't understand, I said. My voice came out way smaller than I wanted it to. I felt like I was 7 years old again. My mom sat down next to me on the floor. She put her hand on my shoulder and I could feel it shaking a little. Honey, I'm so sorry. We had to return the console last week. I still didn't get it. Return it? Why would they return it? I looked at my dad and he was doing that thing where he pretends he's really interested in the Christmas tree lights so he doesn't have to make eye contact. My sister had gotten really quiet and was hugging her new stuffed animal. Why? I asked. I hated how my voice cracked. I wasn't trying to sound bratty or ungrateful. I just genuinely didn't understand. They'd already bought it. The receipt was right there. My mom took a deep breath. Remember last Tuesday when we rushed Bailey to the emergency vet? Bailey, our golden retriever. She's been part of our family since I was in 2nd grade. Last Tuesday, I'd come home from school and my mom was loading Bailey into the car. She was crying and Bailey looked really out of it. Mom had said something about chocolate, but I didn't know the details because I had finals to study for. The chocolate chip cookies, my mom continued. She got into an entire batch while I was doing laundry. By the time I found her, she'd eaten probably 2 dozen cookies. The emergency vet said she could have died. My stomach dropped. I didn't know it was that serious. I thought it was just like a checkup or something. The bill was over $600. My dad said quietly, still not looking at me. They had to keep her overnight, do blood work, the whole thing. We didn't have that kind of money just sitting around. Not right before Christmas. Turns out our dog Bailey ate a bunch of chocolate chip cookies and had to go to the emergency vet. The bill was over $600. They used the PS5 money to save her. Bailey was sitting right there wagging her tail, completely clueless. I looked over at Bailey. She was lying by the fireplace, tail wagging, tongue hanging out. She had no idea we were talking about her. No idea she almost died. No idea that my parents chose her life over my Christmas present, which, obviously, was the right choice. But in that moment, I felt this horrible mix of relief and disappointment and guilt all at once. We kept the game, my mom said softly, because we'd already opened it to check if it was the right version. We couldn't return it. I thought maybe you could trade it with a friend, or we could save up and get the console later, maybe for your birthday. She was rambling. She does that when she's anxious. I could tell she'd been dreading this moment since the day they returned it. I felt like the worst person alive for being disappointed. Like, what kind of kid cares more about a PlayStation than their dog's life? My mom kept apologizing, but I was the one who should have been sorry.